Hello, I'm Dan. I'm with Paper TV at Lollapalooza 2008. I'm with Kid's sister.
I love Dan. Hi, I love Paper.
Dan. I love Dan. I love Dan too. You do?
I love Dan. Anyway, tell us what we're here for, Dan. Tell the people what we're here for.
We are here to talk to Kid's sister, who.
Hello.
So, what do you think?
No,
all right, what are you
later.
working on right now?
I'm wrapping the album. It's like, like say that's a wrap. It's like here. We're like,
You're scrunching it.
We're scrunching it at this very moment. We're almost done, and
who are you working with on the
we're
record?
very close to mastering all the tracks, and gosh.
So who did the tracks?
We're mixing them down. I'm using the lingo.
Someone besides me is mixing
I know.
the record down?
America, you don't know that Daniel was my first engineer ever in a professional studio that was not in a weed closet. That was pretty awesome. He is great. But no, I'm working a Renaissance man, a regular Casanova here. Anyway,
I sip, I don't drink.
Okay. So anyway, what I really want to talk about is who I'm working with, and it's so awesome that you asked me that. I'm working with a-trak, Flostradamus. Really, Flostradamus are producing now. They just did a song for me. It's so awesome. It's sick.
Well, tell us your relationship between with Flostradamus.
If you don't know, Flostradamus is Kurt Camerucci and my brother Joshua Young, and they're a DJ duo, but now they're also doing production, and they are so talented. But anyway, so they're doing a track. We got Yuxek, do it out of France. We got Infamous from Miami. He's done some of, he did the Fireman beat, as you may know, Fireman,
Fireman.
Anyway, so we did Fireman. We have Diplo. We have Trackademics out of the Bay. We have, Kanye is featured on one of the songs, of course, Pronel, and Pharrell. I met up with Pharrell.
Tell us about working with Pharrell.
I met him earlier this week, and he made this custom-made beat for me. He's like, "What do you like? What's your personality like? What do you like? Do you like this sound? Do you like that sound? Ooh, I got something. Da da da." So he made me this beat, and it's so disgustingly nasty. I mean, it makes me want to fall into an epileptic seizure because it's so good. So I feel just really good about where the album's going. The direction is great.
So when you say disgustingly nasty, what did that make you want to write about?
It made me just want to absorb the song first, absorb the beat. I have to really let it marinate and just get wrap my head around it.
So did you take it back to the burbs?
Did I take it back? What is that supposed to mean? Did I take it? I'm like, back to the lesson that hit. What?
Did you take it to the burbs? You said you want to talk about the burbs.
Yeah, maybe. No, my last song
actually. Did you roll around in the burbs?
My last song I took it to the burbs.
Did you roll low in the burbs?
No, I'll tell you what I did with the burbs. I wrote a song called Family Reunion, and it's all about my ghetto family in the south suburbs. See, what most people don't know is the suburbs of most cities are very nice. It's where white flight takes place. People just try to escape the, industrialism, whatever, the 60s, 70s. And in Chicago that happened, but in the south suburbs, it was just still industrial down there. There were factories, what have you. And so that's where I grew up. And so I brought it back to that demographic. I brought it back to that cultural reference.
Well, that kind of brings me to
Family reunion, man.
Chicago is a very aggressive with gentrification.
It is aggressively aggressive.
Which took aggressively aggressive with gentrification. Hello.
This isn't an interview. We're just talking.
So, but that took that. What that did was that made people go live in the suburbs who couldn't live in the city. Basically, they forced people to the suburbs. What they wanted to do was bring a certain amount of people, a certain type of people, into the city.
Well, if you really want to break it down like that on some sociology, 183 type ish, I can tell you that in the south suburbs is the way it happened. Okay, black folks after Reconstruction, in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, moved up from the southern states. And it started before that. It started in the 1880s, but the big resurgence, the Great Migration, as it's called, happened in the 30s and 40s. Everyone moved up to the south side. And all the white people who were living there were like, what the fuck? We have nothing in common, and this is weird. And so they moved south. And then black folks followed them because they were like, we don't want to live in the city. Our children don't need
Right.
this upbringing either. So everyone moved south. The black people came, the white people got freaked out. They moved, and the black people moved. And it has gone on that way for 75 years, something in Chicago. Chicago's a messed up city. I'm sorry to paint it like that, but
I think it's been going on since the mid 1800s.
It's been more than that, like the 1600s. Anyway, the point is, the south suburbs are that way for that reason, and it's a lot deeper than that, but that's the abridged version of how it happens. And being a biracial person, I can comment on both sides of that argument, but.
So when's your record slated to release?
It's just an interesting perspective to bring to the table. The record's coming out September 23rd. Cop it.